Hey guys, what's up? So I've decided that for this video I'm going to do the Booktube Newbie Tag. I figured since I'm relatively new to Booktube, and by relatively I mean extremely new, besides being an avid viewer, I figured I should introduce myself to you guys because none of you actually know who I am. I'm just some random girl who made an unboxing video one day, or an anti-unboxing video, and here I am. So, I'm going to be looking at my phone just because that's where all the questions are. So, forgive me if I'm looking down a lot. So, question number 1. Why did you start this channel? Why did I start my channel? Well, when I was younger, I YouTubed a lot. I was a watcher and a creator. My content was trash. I was young and just kind of posting videos that me and my friends made. Me and my best friend used to do lip sync music videos that were really, really bad. Another friend and I used to just talk to each other. And then I posted a few American Girl doll videos and it was really weird. I deleted them all. And then I started watching Cass J. Tuck's channel when I started high school. And she's not a well-known booktuber. She doesn't really fit in with the bookcon community and all that so much, but I really enjoyed her videos. Her book reviews were really good. Her book to movie adaptations were really good. She was really real. She wasn't scripted. She just kind of talked, and I liked that. I liked that a lot. I don't really like things that are scripted. And she was just very honest. She posted things besides reviews. She did stages of reading where she flip-flopped around to a million different positions while reading a book, or she does Why I Hate Math, and she just kind of talks, and I really liked that. I then progressed into other channels like Emma Books, Haley in Bookland, A Book Utopia, Jessie the Reader. Just when I was branching out, started picking up common themes that I like, types of videos that I like, and after watching so many, I decided this is something I want to do, and so I picked up my iPhone and I started filming videos. Now I'm using my Canon to film videos, which I'm still practicing, but same concept. I've only posted 2 videos. Well, maybe by the time I film this, it'll be a couple more videos because I've filmed a lot. I just haven't posted them. And, I got a good amount of views for my first couple videos, but with school and everything, and I went through a big reading slump, I kind of took a pause, and I haven't filmed anything. I think part of it's I'm really self-conscious about filming. I don't really want my family members to hear me, or in college I live on campus, so I have a roommate, and it's really hard to find privacy where you can film. So, I don't know, I go back to school in 8 days from winter break, so I'm hoping that I get comfortable and I can just kind of film and not really be self-conscious of everyone else listening and really caring about what I'm doing. My roommate's an English major. She also likes books, so maybe she'll get it. And maybe if I just memorize her class schedule, it'll be okay and I can film more. So for question number 2, it is, what are some fun and unique things you can bring to Booktube? Well, I definitely would say that I have strong opinions, though I'm not really good at verbalizing them. But I think I can kind of get interesting takes on books. I think everyone has their own unique way of interpreting what they've read. So even if you watch a million different reviews on Stalking Jack the Ripper, none of them are going to be exactly the same. I think I'll have a little bit of a different style, more so that I don't have a solid format, that I hope to develop that, but at first everything's going to be very choppy and very very homemade, very not a strict background, not a strict filming schedule. And that's not necessarily a good thing or a bad thing, but I also feel like that's kind of encouraging for people who want to get into BookTube, because it kind of shows that, hey, not everyone's all organized, not everyone has these really big bookshelves that are organized, not everyone has a really nice background, not everyone can do their makeup super, super well, they're just kind of filming, they're doing something they love. I also think that I don't really know, unique-wise. I suppose different perspectives, but I said that. I'm just kind of curious to see myself, what I can come up with. A couple of interesting tags and such. So that's cool. I know something I really want to do is that may be out there, I just haven't seen it. My boyfriend is not a big book reader, but he's a big movie guy, so what I want to do is, let's say like Hunger Games, for example. He's never read Hunger Games. So I read the Hunger Games, he watches the Hunger Games, and I give my opinion on the movie from a reader's perspective, and he gives his opinion on the movie from just the movie watcher's perspective, and you can kind of see how things differ, because I know, like, my opinion gets very clouded when I'm attached to a book and I watch it get turned into a film, and then it's not what I expected and it's not what I wanted. So I think that could be really interesting. It's something I'm excited about, definitely. I had a few other ideas here and there, but, you know, we'll kind of just see as it comes along. Moving on to question number 3. What are you most excited for about this new channel? I think I'm excited to kind of really delve into the community. As a watcher, like, there's only so much you can do. You can make comments and you can try to interact, but nothing's really as much as, like, filming and you get involved in the conversation. I know a lot of booktubers are friends and they've grown close, and, like, there's just a community. I'm not really that concerned about, like, a fan base or anything like that, because I think that's kind of weird. I mostly just want to talk to people. I want to put what I have to say out there and see what people have to say in return. Because there's really, I can write a Facebook status to my same group of friends and the same people are going to comment. Most of my friends have the same views as me, or there's the concept people have differing views, and it just kind of, it gets boring. So I'm really hoping to start a conversation. I'm also hoping to, like, as I said before, get unique content out there, some new ideas, kind of like shake things up a little bit, but we'll see as we go along. Question number 4, why do you love reading? I've always loved reading, as long as I can remember. One Christmas, I got a bag, and it was full of, like, how to read books, but they're, like, the Disney, but the ones you read when you're, like, younger and you're still learning. I was so excited. It was my favorite Christmas present that year, even though I'd gotten so many. I've always been a big reader. I tend to read when life gets really hard or stressful, or there's a lot going on and I need an escape, and I've needed a lot of escapes in my life. I think it's a way for me to just kind of, definitely a way to take time out of my day, even though I will say that Netflix has definitely become my big time replacer, but I'm hoping to change that. I've always loved to read. It's why I was an English major, but then it ended up not being what I thought, and I don't know why that is, but I just always loved to read. I think reading, anyone can do it. Everyone can do it, and it's a way to communicate. It puts you a part of a community. It gives you something to talk about. It educates you. There's no reason not to read, and that's just something I feel very passionately about, and it's something I love. For question number 5, uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco. What book or series got you into reading? Oh boy, Twilight Saga by Stephanie Meyer. I was in the 5th grade, and my sister was reading the Twilight series. She's 10 years older than me, so she would have been like 20, 21-ish. I don't remember how old I was in the 5th grade. And I wanted to read it. I wanted to read it really, 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 really bad. And so I begged and pleaded, but she wouldn't let me borrow it because my mom said no. She said it wasn't age appropriate and that I couldn't read it. Well, a friend of mine had a copy and she lent it to me, and I used to, like, hide in bed and I'd read it. And eventually my mom learned that I was reading it anyway, so then she insisted that she had to read every single book and make sure all were age appropriate and there was nothing in there that had to be, like, hidden from me and I wasn't too young. She was very worried about the sex scene in Breaking Dawn, which if any of you read Breaking Dawn, you know that that's the mildest sex scene ever. And this is coming from someone who's now read 50 Shades of Grey. Like, it's nothing. I've seen worse in, like, the Mortal Instruments series than in Breaking Dawn. But that was definitely, I mean, I've read series before that, like Junie B. Jones, but that was, like, my first concrete, followed, like, a singular plot line, and it then pushed me into the Vampire Academy series, and it just kept growing. I really do like series, but I tend to shy away as of lately because I tend to falter and I never really finish them. For example, I've read all the Mortal Instruments series, I've read The Infernal Devices, but then I've bought Lady Midnight, but I can't get myself to finish it. And, like, the Bloodline series, I can't finish it. You know, I just kind of either the books aren't coming up fast enough and I lose interest, or I just don't want to like put that much time into it, I guess. I don't know, I tend to finish series. It's just there's like maybe more spin-off series is what I'm thinking of. Because like the Bloodline series is connected to Vampire Academy. And I've read all of Vampire Academy. But then Bloodlines, I was kind of like, you know, this is getting old. The themes are getting repetitive. And I just want to shake it up. But yeah, my first series to get me into reading was definitely the Twilight Saga. For most people, it's Harry Potter. But I've actually never finished the Harry Potter series. I read the first one. And then my local library did not have the second. But they had like an audio tape. And I tried that, but the only thing, I was a really big radio in my dining room, and, well, let's just say my parents were not a fan of me trying to plop down in the dining room. Like, I'm gonna listen to Harry Potter now, guys. So, question number 6. What questions would you ask your favorite booktubers? I guess it depends on which booktuber it is. So, if I were to talk to Cass J. Tuck, I would probably ask her why she doesn't make content anymore. And then she would just tell me it's because she got married and she has an adult job and, you know, I should understand why she's not making videos anymore. For Emma Books, I would probably ask her for makeup tips, as crazy as that is, because her makeup is flawless every single video, and it's really frustrating because I can't get to that level. Like, when I try to contour my face, it's a disaster. Haley in Bookland, I would just ask her why, like, how can you function with your pop figures on your bookshelf? What challenges do you think starting a booktube channel will be the hardest to overcome? Well, one of the biggest challenges is definitely going to be that I'm going to have to start writing things down, and I'm going to have to get over being awkward. Because even now, like, I'm tripping over words, and I'm struggling. I'm actually really struggling to breathe because I'm talking very quickly. And I'm just going to have to get used to being in front of a camera. It's not something that I'm used to at all. But it's weird because, like, if I can see myself, it's better. Because when I filmed with my iPhone, I had it on, like, selfie cam. And I could look at myself and, like, I could get myself to calm down. But now I'm just staring at my camera lens. And I don't have one of those, like, flippy flips things on the side. So I have, like, a little mirror propped up behind it. So I can kind of try to, like, make sure everything's in focus. So I think it's just going to be getting comfortable, feeling less awkward, knowing that I need to write things down. Because if you just kind of rant, you stop making sense. Because in every video I've filmed thus far, I haven't written anything down. So I think there's going to be a format I'm going to start. I think also I'm going to have to start planning, because I want to be consistent. But to booktube, you need to read, and to read, you need to keep buying books. But so there's going to be a lot of planning involved, also with classes and just getting everything together. But I think adding some structure will not only help me in classes, it'll help me with booktube and keep on top of my reading, and everything is just gonna, it all flow. I just gotta get it together. I gotta practice. I need to not take a year hiatus and expect magic to happen because I got a new Canon for my birthday. Question number 8. When did you start reading? When I was a fetus. I don't really know. Definitely know I started when I was a kid because I've always had books, like I said. Hardcore reading definitely was 4th grade and on. I was a very fickle reader. And then my 4th grade teacher, huge book person. We did SSR every day. She had a library, and then she had like a special library. But you had to check books out, but you kept them in your little cubby. And she noticed I was returning books every day. And we only had like a half hour, maybe an hour for SSR, so she knew I was not finishing books in a half hour. And so she gave me one to read, and I hate myself because I can't remember what it's called. If I saw the cover, I would know it, but I can't remember what it's called. But she gave me a book, and she was like, just read this. And ever since, I was really hooked. Like, I stopped being really picky, and ever since, I read, I pick things up, and I read them. I've had a few reading slumps over the years. I've had some not great people in my life who've told me that reading is dumb and I should stop, and I listened. I'm easily distracted by other things going on in my life. But I always come back to books, especially YA fiction. I can't shake it, even as a 20-year-old. I guess I'm still a young adult, though. But, like, I bought Frankenstein and Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, and part of me is like, oh god, adult books, no. But then another part of me is like, hey Brittany, remember in high school that Nicholas Sparks phase you went through? Well, technically he's an adult author. And I'm like, oh, that's not the point. But I've always been reading, but I guess you could say I was really a reader after 4th grade is when things started to pick up for me, and I started wanting to really do this on my own. Question number 9, where do you read? Anywhere? I'm definitely a bed reader. My issue is I struggle to get comfy. This is gonna sound really bizarre, but I really like tight spaces when I read. So we used to have, in elementary school, we had like a coat rack and baskets under it for backpacks. During SSR, I would pluck out all the backpacks, sit in a basket, and hide under the coats, and I would read. And ever since then, I've kind of liked tight space. Tight little chairs. I find little niches in stores. At work, I went into the back room. My shift was over. I was waiting for my coworker, and we had all the boxes because we got our order in, and there was like this little slit between the box and the racks, and I just kind of curled up, and I started reading, and people just kept walking past me. They didn't even notice I was there. And so I guess like tight spaces, but primarily my bed. Big bed reader because I don't really have anywhere else comfy to read. I can't read in cars because I have motion sickness, and that just makes it worse. I don't really like to read in public. I don't like to read outside because there's so much going on, and if it's too quiet I can't read, which is really weird, but that's kind of just how I am. Last but not least, number 10, what kind of books do you like to read? Huge young adult fiction fan. Genre-wise, lately I've been into like contemporary, I guess. I've definitely been into a lot of mental health type books lately, but I'm also a big fantasy reader. Dystopian I have a little bit of a taste for, but it kind of got old because I read a lot. Like I went from Divergent to the Fifth Wave to Maze Runner to The Hunger Games. Those are all in the wrong order, but I just went like boom, 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 and then it was like, wow, I've done this a lot. Like The Giver being mandatory reading, it was just wild for me. So, that kind of shook it. I've never really been like a mystery person, but I'm trying to get into that because I'm hearing good things. Romance, kind of a sucker, but I have to really be in the mood for it. I hate like forced romance in books. But yeah, definitely young adult. Biggest place you'll find me. It's curled up in the young adult section. That's the end of the newbie book tag, but I figured I would add 5 fun bookish facts about myself, kind of in case you didn't learn enough. So, fact number 1, I used to work in a library. It was really brief, and it was for a year, but I feel like I really learned a lot in that year, which is why I'm going to be applying for a job at a Barnes & Noble's, or hopefully pursuing another bookstore, because as much as I love my job at Starbucks now, I want to be recommending books to people, not making people's lattes. As fun as it is to make a latte. Bookish fact number 2. So, I've never read Harry Potter. And that's really upsetting to a lot of people, and they like to say I can't be a young adult reader unless I've read Harry Potter. And it's not that I haven't wanted to, I just kind of feel like the ship has sailed. Like, it's not going to be as magical. I'm sure I'll read Harry Potter eventually. I'll get into it, but just right now, I can't foresee myself reading Harry Potter ever. Bookish fact number 3. Alright, so, why can't I think of what it is? Oh, I have never been to BookCon, but I desperately want to go to BookCon. I religiously stalk it, and I won like a BookCon package last year, but it just came with a few ARCs and like a couple bookish stickers and stuff, and a little tote. I thought that was cool. Bookish fact number 4, I am a huge Borders fan. Even though I know Borders doesn't exist anymore, it still holds a special place in my heart, near and dear. Barnes & Noble's is great though. I go in frequently enough. I tend to stay closer to like independent bookstores just because I work right near one, and there's another one near my house. Barnes & Noble's is kind of like a little trip to get to. And last but not least, bookish fact number 5, everyone in my family is readers. My mom used to curl up on the couch and read. My sister's a big reader. You know, my nephew, even though he's only 4, he really likes to read. And that goes into what I was saying earlier about reading as a community, and it's something to talk about, and I really do enjoy doing it. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. I had a great time filming it. I hope to get more content out to you guys soon. Leave any comments below. Feel free, like anything you wanted to ask about what I said, any questions. If you have any ideas for any further videos, any tags you think I should do, just drop a comment down yonder, and I will see you guys later.